Trees are vital to our ecosystem. They purify the air we breathe, provide habitat to over 90% of the Earth's biodiversity, and supply us with materials. Did you know the key ingredients in 25% of all medicines come from trees? Like aspirin, for example, is made from the bark of a tree. But life on Earth is full of many surprises. Like some trees can hurt you, if not literally kill you. Hey there viewers, welcome to Bountiful. Today let's take a look at 10 savage trees that you should never even touch. Watch till the end to find out which tree can mess with your brain. Hit the like button, subscribe and the bell icon to stay tuned to our channel. Shipworm trees. These trees look so creepy, like something you would see only in a horror movie. The inside of the tree is crammed with shipworms. Technically, these gruesome creatures are not worms. They belong to a family of saltwater clams that burrow deep into underwater trees. Hence, they are nicknamed termites of the sea. In Thailand and other parts of Southeast Asia, shipworms are a prized food. However, if you are out for a swim and you happen to see a tree or a piece of wood that's underwater, we highly suggest that you do not touch it, or else these dreadful clams may wriggle off the wood and burrow deep into your arms or feet instead. Sandbox tree. The sandbox tree is known by many different names like dynamite tree, monkey no climb, or possum wood. This evergreen but dangerous tree can be found in hot tropical regions like parts of South America, the Amazon rainforest, and also parts of North America. The bark of this tree has sharp pointed spikes, and that's how it got its name monkey no climb, which in my opinion is such a cool name for a tree. But don't let it fool you. The sap from the tree is extremely toxic and was once used to poison the tips of darts for battle. It can cause skin conditions like rashes and lead to blindness if it gets into your eyes. Like most trees, it grows a fruit that resembles little pumpkins. If you happen to ingest it, you will experience vomiting, diarrhea, and cramps. It received the name dynamite tree as these fruits are known to explode, and in fact the explosions sound just like gunshots. Once the fruit is ripe, it blows up and launches its seeds over 300 feet away at an incredible 150 miles per hour. For these many reasons, it's probably best to stay away from this tree. Suicide tree. The Cerbera odolum or suicide tree is native to India and has killed many people, almost all of them by accident. While the tree itself is harmless, it's the seeds within the fruit that are most dangerous. It contains a very high dose of a toxic chemical known as cerberin, which acts just like a heart drug. It can cause arrhythmias and cardiac damage. Sadly, people have died slow, painful deaths as they suffer from a whole bunch of side effects for a few hours until the heart slows right down. No wonder people call it the perfect murder weapon. Onga Onga. There's been one recorded human death from contact with the Onga Onga, and that was a lightly dressed hunter who was unfortunate to wander through a dense patch. New Zealand is one of the most gorgeous countries on earth, but even beautiful places like these have dangers lurking around. Meet Onga Onga or tree nettle, a stinging little plant native to this place. The Onga Onga is known for the sharp linear spikes found on its leaves. Many young people have encountered this plant by accident, and once exposed to it, they found themselves in pain for an entire day. The toxin it contains, trifidin, can bring out reactions like rash, itching, and inflammation. However, if you happen to slip into a dense patch, your symptoms will be extremely severe. You could experience a loss in motor movement, complete paralysis, blurred vision, and possibly even death. Gimpy Gimpy. Wonder how this tree got its funny name, Gimpy Gimpy. But it was not a fun encounter for entomologist Marina Hurley, who was studying stinging trees as part of a James Cook University project. She is one of the first reported victims to suffer from the painful effects of this tree. She was stung multiple times by this weirdly hostile tree despite wearing protective clothing. She began to experience a mild cold with symptoms of sneezing, watery eyes, and a running nose. But soon she had to be hospitalized, where she described her symptoms as being burnt with hot acid and electrocuted at the same time. Thankfully, Hurley made a full recovery and returned to work. But we can all learn from her experience to never mess with this tree ever. Coconut tree. Coconut tree is a staple in subtropical coastal regions of India, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Indonesia. Most coconut tree farms have a sign that reads, "Danger, falling coconut zone." This is because a coconut can fall and hit you on the head, and if it falls from high enough, it can be deadly. Many humans have been hospitalized when the coconut falls on their head, and around 150 people a year die from such incidents. A coconut has a shell which encloses water inside, making it weigh almost 2 kilos. So as a coconut plummets to the ground, that weight can reach a speed of up to 53 miles per hour and landing with a force equal in weight to a ton. Most of the deaths are caused by people taking a nap beneath the tree only to never wake up again. So remember never to do that. Strychnine tree. The strychnine tree is native to India and has round coin-like seeds that are extremely deadly. In the 14th century, bubonic plague transmitted by rat-infested fleas swept across Asia and Europe. Almost half of Europe's population perished. There was no cure for the plague until strychnine poison helped control the epidemic by killing the rats. However, if a person comes in contact with this poison at a very high dose, the onset of respiratory failure and brain death can occur in 15 to 30 minutes. As the poison progresses, it can cause high blood pressure, blue discoloration, high number of white blood cells, and dramatic spasm of the back and neck muscles, causing the back to arch. The worst part is that most of the deaths caused by this tree had no contact whatsoever. The victims just breathed around the tree. So try not to breathe around trees from now on. Castor bean tree. The castor bean tree is popular for producing a common household cooking oil, the castor oil, which is used all around the world. But did you know the seeds of this plant contain ricin, one of the most poisonous, naturally occurring substances known? It's so lethal that if a human consumes over 4 of them, it's highly likely that they will never wake up. An overdose of ricin can cause all sorts of extreme symptoms, including seizures, bloody diarrhea, severe dehydration, and eventually death. Just 1 milligram of ricin can kill a person. However, most victims who got treatment on time made a full recovery. The Guinness World Record has officially declared it as the world's most poisonous common plant. So watch out for this plant and stay well away. Deadly nightshade. The nightshade family of plants include tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplant. However, the belladonna or deadly nightshade is easily one of the most poisonous plants in the nightshade family. Native to Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia, it is also naturalized or introduced in some parts of Canada and the United States. The plant is known to have blueberry or cherry-like fruits which are highly toxic if ingested. They can cause a number of health complications like stomach disorders, cardiovascular diseases, and even psychiatric conditions. Many people have reported having hallucinations and even their memory messed up. That's if it hasn't caused death already. Fortunately for us, scientists have come up with an antidote to the poison found within the lethal nightshade. Manchineel tree. This tree is rumored to have killed the famed explorer Juan Ponce de Leon and many other shipwrecked sailors in the past. It goes by many names such as the beach apple, or more accurately as the little apple of death or tree of death. Found mostly in coastal areas including South Florida, these trees produce a greenish-yellow fruit that looks almost like an apple. The fruits, though described as sweet and tasty, are highly toxic. In fact, people have been warned to never touch the tree trunk or any of its branches, never to stand under or even near the tree, and in some cases not to breathe the air around the manchineel tree. Throughout the tree, a white and milky sap can be found, which is extremely toxic. It is reported to have caused blisters on the skin, blindness, and severe stomach issues. So, if you happen to see this tree, just say goodbye tree and run away. Have you ever seen or encountered any of these trees? Let us know by leaving your comments. See you next time.